massive news. We finally got the invite to the September event.
We did?
Well, we didn't.
The world did.
The internet did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's odd dropping, and doesn't really tell you what's going to be at the event, but of course it's going to be the iPhone 17 lineup. The image on the event's invitation, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like a glowing, multicolored Apple logo. Kind of looks like how's it pronounced? FLIR, F-L-I-R, forward-looking infrared image, like Predator Vision, if you remember that movie.
Predator Vision, right? It's a thermal image, isn't it? It's definitely thermal. In fact, didn't the file name for the image was something thermal? It literally mentioned thermal.
I can't remember the alt text. Yeah, I remember reading that, and now I've completely forgotten what it said. But
so now we know what the
Shocker.
hottest part of the Apple logo is. We know that the top of the apple and the leaf are very cold. The bottom of the leaf is very hot. The bottom of the apple is kind of warm, but the bite, the equator of the apple, is very hot because in this invitation, it's mostly black. There's like some blues in there, but the yellows around the bottom, and then like a hot red ring around the edge of the apple. So that is now canonical information. The bite of the apple is the hottest part.
As it should be, right?
Mm-hmm. And not just a small difference, like a very big difference. Like it's glowing red. So,
yeah. And if you happen to look at it on, an iPhone or an iPad, you can press it and it interacts with your finger. The touch, which is kind of a cool little Easter egg. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So, of course, people start peering at this thing and wondering, does it offer any hints about what's coming? Some people think it's a hint about vapor cooling coming to the iPhone, which is a rumor we've heard. Others with bigger dreams, like, for instance, our own Leander Caney, thinks that maybe it's about the Apple Watch blood pressure monitoring, or, as Leander also said, maybe it means nothing.
Is there a link between Apple Watch blood pressure monitoring and like thermal imaging? Is that how they work?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, the sensor, maybe it's evocative of the blood pressure monitoring sensor, the light that shines on the back of the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But it's not really a thermal image. It's infrared, isn't it? So, yeah, I guess it is. Maybe it is.
Maybe.
Is it?
I mean, there's two different layers to it. There's how the sensor actually works, and then there's how Apple marketing chooses to depict how the sensor works, which is often very different. Like, for example, with Apple Silicon, the actual chip doesn't look like Apple's neat little tidy like wireframe diagram with like, oh yes, here are the RAM chips here's the GPU, here's this. Like that's pretty much completely fake. So Apple might choose to depict the blood pressure thing with like a sort of, pulsating blue, yellow, red animation that kind of evokes that. But, that's kind of a stretch. That's me stretching to fit your theory there.
Yeah, right. Which is a stretch in the first place.
I've heard other, like Steve Troughton-Smith, I think, might have linked it to like, maybe this is, there have been rumors of like the AirPods Pro 3 coming at this event ahead of other rumors. And there's rumors that would have like, in-ear, like, what do you call it? Like heart rate monitoring,
heart rate monitoring, yeah.
Temperature, whatever. Maybe more health sensors in the AirPods, and maybe that could be the link there.
I think the vapor cooling is probably the thing, right? The most likely, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And that, of course, is a new cooling system for the iPhones. Is it going to be on the regulars or just the Pros? Anyone know?
I've read both things. I've read things that say iPhone 17 lineup, but then I've also seen things that say specifically, supposedly coming to the Pro models, just so that they have better, better performance, right? Because cooler.
And I've also heard maybe only
better.
The Pro Max. So.
Oh, really?
All over the map.
Well, it couldn't be a less exciting feature to highlight, right?
Right.
I mean, that's not exactly awe-dropping. And
a lot of people have been complaining about the heat of the latest iPhones. Like the iPhone 15 got hot. The iPhone 16 also gets pretty hot. I think like people who actually use these phones, especially people who use them without cases, feel very often my phone is getting unusually hot in my hand, especially after running the iOS 26 betas all summer.
Right, that'll heat them up, yeah. I've never had a problem with heating with my phone, but then again, I never do anything like really spectacular on it. But
or if you ever use Apple Intelligence, like I was using, I'll be running Genmoji like later in this show, my phone's going to get very hot after doing that for a few minutes.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, running Apple Intelligence heats up your phone a lot if you're using like the writing tools or, image cleanup or stuff like that, or especially image playground. And, if these are features that Apple wants to put in their phones, like cooling them down more effectively means that your phone can run faster and for longer and uses less battery because it doesn't have to underclock to, keep itself from melting like an Apple III.
I never noticed that Apple Intelligence makes the iPhone run hot. I wonder why.
That's right.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Pacific is when it starts. You can stream it. As everybody knows, you can go Apple's event site. I think you can stream it on YouTube if you don't want to use Safari. And big fun. God, it's going to be all pre-recorded again, isn't it?
I like the pre-recorded stuff. I mean, people are complaining about Google's event, the Pixel phones, and what a complete, like they were saying that it suffered because it was a live event. They would have been better if they'd done it pre-recorded.
Well, it suffered because it was a badly done live event. It was like a home shopping network thing, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, it's got IP76 dust protection.
But even the Google people, I mean, it just seemed like it had that kind of a, kind of a tawdry vibe. Yeah, it wasn't even goofy. It was just like not great. But the one thing about it, and I've talked about this for years, the live things, it's more vibrant. It's more live. There's more of a sense of like something could go wrong. Something could be, I don't know, vaguely humanistic, as opposed to just like trotting out the latest AI polished presenters. I mean, I question sometimes if some of these people are actually a living, breathing people. They're so. I also would like to know how many takes they do on these things. Like how many takes for the 2-minute spiel on the latest Apple Watch health feature. Not that I'm casting aspersion on any one particular presenter or anything. I mean, I just they're all so cookie cutter.
Yeah, it's a fire hose of information, which makes it really hard for us specifically to write about because there's no pauses. Whenever they switch presenters, walking off stage, walking back on stage, like that's the moment when we all catch up on our writing.
It's like some kind of freaking DJ set that just never stops. It's just it just an hour and a half long, just nonstop.
Yeah, well, I know. I went back and watched the last one after like you said, while it was live, we were all working and we were all trying to like bang out these posts about what they're talking about. But then after I went back and watched it, and, it was totally enjoyable. I really quite, I like that fire hose of information. You get, and they're kind of disciplined about, they'll talk about 4 or 5 features or whatever. They trot them off pretty good. You get a pretty good overview of what the product does and what its features are. The transitions are always kind of fun. They have a bit of sense of humor in them.
The transitions are always fun. And that's iPhone 17. And now back to you.
Yeah, and then there's some sweeping shot as they fly,
those things,
a drone through the Apple Space campus.
Right. Yeah, I would like it if they used less boilerplate language. Mm-hmm. But I agree, they effectively communicate a whole hell of a lot of information in a very short time. So
and the pre-recorded format allows them to have more variety of presenters as well. Present like the direct manager of this project rather than having Greg Joswiak talk about the entire iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's advantages, and I'm not saying they're poorly done. I mean, I think they're excellently done. They just feel kind of so pre-packaged.
I don't think. Do you think live events are ever going to come back ever?
No.
It seems unlikely at this stage.
I don't know.
Pull one out for that.
So should we talk about what else we think's coming into this thing? I mean,
yeah. Let's. What are we going to expect there?
I was thinking about this. Of course, iPhone 17. 4 models supposedly: the normie, regular iPhone, the Pro and Pro Max, the expanded camera module, and super slender new iPhone Air is what we think it's going to be called. Other products, supposedly, Apple Watch Series 11 and maybe Apple Watch Ultra 3. People are talking about that more and more, so maybe that's actually coming. AirPods Pro 3 with heart rate monitoring, as you mentioned. iPhone cases. Oh, my God, who can wait to see the new iPhone cases? The other thing that when I was thinking about this, this is when Apple's going to, reintroduce liquid glass, right? They're going to pretend nobody knows what liquid glass is. Remember how they always do that? They always basically do a WWDC rerun of all the software stuff. So that might be like the main part of the show. Who knows?
I hope they do that like sort of in the middle of the show, like so I have time to finish whatever articles I'm writing and catch up.
Yeah, we should have like a office pool on which device will be mentioned first, because then that person always gets plucked out of the conversation and has to go hammer out their news post about it.
It's almost always the Apple Watch, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it has, from what I can remember.
They usually do Apple Watch, AirPods, and iPhone, or like maybe regular iPhones, AirPods, and then they end with the Pro phones.
For the life of me, I can't remember what order they do this stuff in.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, your experience of the Apple events is even more so of a tornado than mine, so I don't blame you there. You're probably editing them in the wrong order, and you've tuned out the actual live event like 30 minutes ago. It's also pretty likely, like Mark Gurman seems insistent that they're going to come out with an Apple TV 4K. I think the 4th generation one now, so that might come as well. I guess another question is like, what are we expecting to buy?
Yeah, well, I'm actually for the first time ever just going to get the regular iPhone, not a Pro model, which would be the first time ever in the history of iPhones.
Are you actually going to go with the regular iPhone, or are you going to wait for the iPhone 17e?
The regular iPhone, just the regular one. Yeah. But we'll see. I don't know. It's hard to. It is really tempting, all the Pro features, the cameras, even though I don't really use them so much anymore because my kids are grown up now, so what do I take pictures of? The cat. It's
neighbors.
It's it's that fear of missing out. It's like, oh God, what if I do need that? I'm going to go on vacation. What if I need that?
Yeah, you say that now. I bet after the event, you're going to be much more conflicted about that, and you're going to end up buying the Pro phones because Apple's going to Apple's going to make the Pro phone look really, really good, and you're going to be like, oh, but I have to have it.
Like I could record an album in my hotel room.
Right. Well, I think Apple Intelligence, that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Like, as long as they support Apple Intelligence, which even though it's not great, some of it is good, and those are more essential, I think. Having those software features are more important than having the super fancy cameras, because the cameras on the regular phones are just as good, for the kind of photography I do, the sort of snap stuff. They're perfectly adequate. In fact, I can't even tell the difference. I was looking at some of my mom's pictures, and even though she's a terrible photographer, they actually look okay. They look fine.
I mean, the entry level phones also have like the 2x optical zoom, that just crops the sensor in. But you're only really missing out the advanced features nobody ever uses, like cinematic mode and all that stuff, and the telephoto. So
yeah. Well, I don't even like telephoto, shots, landscape anyway. I mean, they're good for portraits. That's probably the best reason to use them. But yeah, I've never used the cinematic mode, never once. Except I think when I was testing it, and then I never went back to it. I probably should. I probably am missing out on using these things. But
do it for your documentary.
Yeah, which documentary? It's the life of Leander Caney.
That's why I love all these. When they do these events and things, it's so much aspirational stuff. Oh wow, you can do all this amazing stuff with this tool, and then you get it, and you're like, well, I guess I'll send my darts team a text message. And it's like, it's nice to know that you could do this stuff if you ever, had time to pursue something creative or, chose to take some time to do something creative. Apple Watch Ultra especially is that way. Oh my God, I could be climbing a mountain. The other big rumor about the iPhone Pro is that it's going to be orange, right? So this is the one thing that I am super curious about, and I'm almost certain I'm going to be disappointed. I'm almost certain that the orange will be just a boring orange,
like slightly peach.
Yeah.
Are you bracing yourself for that?
I'm thinking more on the brown edge of things. And I posted something on Twitter, which is a very vibrant community. Lots of people showcasing what I want it to look like. I mean, I want it to look like, I actually searched it up, what this is called, metal flake candy paint job, like on a custom car. That's what I want. I want it to look just super vibrant and like, whoa, look at that thing. I want people to almost, if you're out in the sun, to almost have to like, shield their eyes. I mean, to be fair, that's one of the things about even the dullest iPhone Pro colors. Like if you get them outside, you can see a little bit of speckling, a little bit of fleck, and it actually starts to look slightly less dull and corporate and boring. So, I think they should just take that to 11 and just make that orange phone like the most obnoxious, brilliant orange color that's ever been seen on a custom car.
Right. Make it look like a lowrider.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not going to happen, Lewis. You're wishful thinking.
I know. I'm wishful thinking. Come on.
Yeah. Like you said, brown. Kind of peachy brown.
Orangish brown.
Yeah. I mean, remember, what was the color of the purple one? You remember you got really excited about that? And
Deep purple.
You bought not one, but two?
Yeah. The wife and I both got them. She plucks it out of the box. She goes, that's not purple. And as I mentioned before, if you took it outside, it almost looked slightly purple, and there was a little bit of fleck and stuff that looked kind of cool. But inside it's just like, oh, geez, another bluish, black, purpley, it like the color of a bad bruise, basically.
I mean, Apple designs these things in like a 2000 under like 2000 lumen lights that are just like blasting them with their full potential color, reflecting the most light possible. So they've got a skewed environment there.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the advantages about going with a regular phone. It's going to be, like I'll have a range of nice bright colors to choose from. And I really like that. What ultramarine, is that what they call the kind of bluey?
Yeah.
One?
Mm-hmm. That was it. That's actually, I mean, that's closer to what I'm looking for, and I hope to God they actually do it. I mean, there's been so much talk about this orange iPhone Pro, so I don't know.
Well, which one are you going to get then? Do you think that's probably what you're going to be leaning for, the Pro Max?
No, not a Max. No, the Pro Max is too much. Way too much phone. I just can't put myself through another year of it. It's too big, too uncomfortable. Even I picked up my iPhone 17 or 16 Pro today, and I'm like, it's so big. I mean, they're large phones, even the small ones. So I don't know. I'll probably go with the 17 Pro. Just and to be honest, only because I'm on the upgrade program. I mean, at this point, I don't. If I was not a member of that, there's no way I would buy a new phone this year. Mine is totally fine. The battery's totally fine. There's not a single thing wrong with it. Nothing. It's never too slow. It's never too hot. It's never too anything. It's just fine. And I could probably use it for 2 more years. But no, I'm on this upgrade program, which I'm starting to wonder should I do it? But
yeah, I mean, there was a fun thing on Mastodon, which is a fun community of a lot of engaged Apple enthusiasts, where people are comparing their battery stats against each other's. And
I've
like,
heard of it.
All 6 of them, yeah.
I still have like 100% of my battery capacity available, and it's been almost a year, and I've only like cycled it like 260 times. So battery is not a problem for me at all.
Yeah, I see people
notice.
complain about the battery all the time, and I always see these screenshots, battery life, it's down to 96%, and people are losing their minds over it. One of the things I did that you just reminded me is that I think this is the first phone I've had that hasn't been destroyed. It hasn't got any cracks.
Really?
I've had it in a bumper case all year, but there's no screen cracks. I don't have a screen.
That's a full
screen
case, not a
protector
bumper
on it.
case.
Let's be clear.
So
That's not a bumper
I beg your pardon.
case.
Sorry, a silicone case. Yeah, beg your pardon. Silicone case. And yeah, no screen cracks. And I usually put a screen protector on it, but there's no screen cracks at all. And I think this is a testament to the ceramic glass that they use to protect these devices.
Ceramic shield, is that what it's called?
Ceramic shield, yeah. No dings, no scratches on it at all. They're much more durable than they used to be.